always to see how the drinks portion of the evening goes first. We wouldn't want to be too presumptuous, you know what I mean?
Okay, can I get you something while you wait? Like beer, vodka, Xanax?
I have a beer. Does that sound right? Yeah, give me a beer. Thanks.
Do you care what kind?
Something on tap. In a big glass? Big manly glass?
So, is this a first date?
Isn't it obvious?
You got pretty dressed up for it, didn't you?
I came straight from work. I thought the suit would make me seem impressive and or distinguished. Am I wrong?
Honestly, I think it's making you seem desperate and or douchey, but maybe I'm wrong.
What am I supposed to?
All right.
Be really second.
Okay, relax. Just get rid of the tie.
Stop. Tell you going away. No more time.
Just lose the glasses. Okay. We're gonna keep the glasses. Pop the collar. Put it right there. Okay.
And okay, what?
Buddy, that is all I've got.
Thanks a lot.
Excuse me?
Can I help you?
I don't know, maybe, depends. I'm supposed to meet some random guy for a drink.
Oh, you must be the other half of the first date. He's already here.
He is? Well, how is he? I mean, my sister said he may, in fact, be the man of my dreams.
She did. Are you and your sister close?
I knew it. All right, be honest. What are we working with here? A super slutty guy, asking millions of questions guy, overconfident guy, what?
I think that he's, I'm just going to let you decide that for yourself. He's right over there.
Oh, allergy guy. Bring me a shot of something strong, will you? And a chaser or something even stronger. Hi, I'm Casey. You must be...
Aaron,
Oh.
that's me.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure of the protocol on this. Is a hug-like situation, a handshake, fist bump? You tell me.
Why don't we just start with a handshake and see where it goes from there?
Fair enough. Doing the handshake thing.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm occasionally an idiot. Want to have a seat? So, can I get you a drink?
No, thanks. I already ordered 2 on my way in. And what are you drinking?
Nothing much, just a little brewski.
Did you just say brewski?
I sure did. If it makes you feel any better, I regretted it the second it came out of my mouth.
Are you okay, Aaron? You seem a little nervous.
Do I? Sorry, it's just... I don't really go on a lot of blind dates. This is actually kind of my first.
For real?
For realsy, so if I seem a little nervous, it's because I am.
Don't be. Because the more nervous you are, the more I want to make a mad dash for that door.
One shot for the lady,
Thank you.
and one cocktail for the lady.
And a thank you.
What was that all about?
It's called taking the edge off. You should try it sometime, BDB. It might really loosen you up.
BDB.
Yeah, it's my new nickname for you, Blind Date Virgin. You mind it?
I mean, I prefer something like Wolverine or A-Train or...
BDB, can I ask you a question?
Sure, why not? I'm an open book. Ask me anything you want.
If you've never been on one of these before, why go on one of them now?
Excellent question. To be honest with you, your sister Lauren...
Yes, I am aware of her name.
Yeah, of course. Well, her husband Kevin said that we're really cute and I'm being asked to lawn passes up. So I decided to take a risk and listen to them.
Oh.
And you?
Lauren said you look like Brad Pitt. So, do you agree with Kevin?
What?
You think I'm really cute? Why not? Well, you said you were an open book. So, am I?
She's a little artsy. She's hip and cool. She's just like all those girls Guns are drawn. Is it weird or just true love trying to move on? But then there's pressure. I could be totally wrong. It's only a pressure. And maybe she's a stupid conservative. Wake up like you're still a virgin. Never goes past 7 races, suppressing every single person until she walks inside out. Finally tightening up to go on a giant family. Being out with devil tea, helping and have a baby. Yes, that's who she could be.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, you're very pleasant looking. Attractive, desirable, stunningly beautiful. How about D, all of the above? And what adjective would you use to describe me?
He's a bit annoying and overdressed. He's not the kind of guy who says, "Look at me, I'm stressed." You know, there are so many adjectives, I just don't even know what to start. Probably likes to cuddle, long walks in the park, and if he likes sex, then it's only in the dark. But that's just a first impression. I could be totally wrong. It's only a first impression. And maybe he's a messy, unlimited, ferocious type of inside who rides up early, chicken and faces money to the ground. So I'll be keeps it private to treat him like God. Kicks some ass just like Grizzly, engaging online privacy. Not take any shit from me. Yes, that's who he could.
Who she could.
That's who he could be, but that's just the first impression. I could be totally wrong. It's only a first impression. Although the impression is strong, it never can hurt to question. Though I doubt this will lead to romance.
Sometimes the ones who seem great are tonight, great day.
Either way, I've been hurt, but the one thing I learned is only time first impressions.
For the second glance.
Second glance. It's worth a second glance.
So, now what do we do?
What do you mean?
Well, since I've never really been on one of these before and you're kind of the resident expert, I thought you could instruct us.
Who told you I'm the expert?
Kevin, he might have said something before that work tonight. Is he wrong? If he's wrong, I'm really sorry.
No, he's not wrong. I mean, horribly wrong to tell you that before you even met me, but technically not wrong. Okay, fine. Hi, I'm Casey, and I'm a serial dater.
Casey, I got the perfect nickname for you.
Oh yeah, what's that?
BDS.
BDS?
Blind Date Slut.
Oh. Dude.
Too soon. I'm so sorry. I'm really not good at this whole casual banter thing. So do you enjoy blind dates, Casey?
God, no, I hate them with an undying passion. But I'm right up there with M. Night Shyamalan films and pap smears.
Why do you want so many?
Because I think it's important to be out there, to keep your options open, and I guess I just keep hoping each time that my next leap will be the leap home.
You know Quantum Leap? I love Quantum Leap. Okay, we're definitely going back to that later. So, have you ever been on to really bad ones?
Blind dates? Oh, sweetie, you really do need my help. Oh, we're not going there yet. That's like the first rule of dating. It's way too early in the evening for me to be discussing other men with you.
See, I wasn't aware of that. What kind of things should we be discussing?
Well, since we know next to nothing about each other, I would say this is the small talk, get to know you portion of the evening.
All right, I can do that. Keep things light and breezy. Where are you from?
Michigan.
Do you want to get that?
No, it's okay.
Sure.
You were saying?
Michigan.
Michigan, right.
Hey, it's Casey. You know what to do.
This is your bailout, sweetie, your bailout. Honey, I'm calling to bail you out. You can tell your dad. The hospital, your building's on fire. That's all you need to say. And be on your way. It's your best calling, ready to the rescue, here to save you from another catastrophic finding. Another time and again, save you from horrendous men and all those losers who should never be allowed to procreate. Like the dentist from the foul, rather than you water yet. Or the hippie with the hair, going only on his back. Or the guy who doesn't Disney, said all on his slack. Though his love princesses was rather suspect, but I'm digressing. I'm assessing you've been talking to yourself, but you either didn't hear, right? Things are going well. So leave a phone, please don't tell me if you like this guy. Okay, that's it. I love you lots. Thank you for everybody. Bail out, baby, you're bail out. Honey, I'm calling to bail you out. You can tell your grandma broke her hip or your dog eats your chocolates all the way. And you're being on your way. Later, bitch.
So, where in Michigan did you grow up exactly?
Just a small town where everybody knows everybody else's business. Hence why I moved to New York as fast as humanly possible. It's called West Bloomfield.
You grew up in West Bloomfield? Do you know anyone who went to Cat Burley?
Why? Did you go there?
Only for 6 summers.
Huh. My neighbor Jessica Scheinwald went there.
Jessica Steinwald, yeah. I think I remember her.
Huh. Oh, only for a year though. She met this total prick named Gabe. Had this really intense 6-week romance, but at the last day of camp, she found out that he had been hooking up all summer with 4 other girls, including the wilderness instructor. Do you believe that shit?
Was it Gabe Rubenstone?
Yeah, how did you know?
Because he's been my best friend since I was 4.
And things were just starting to look up between us two.
You're right. He was a prick. Still is. A colossal prick. Let's just move past that. So, are you religious?
What happened to keeping things light breathing?
Right. Sorry. What's your favorite color?
No. So I'll allow. To answer your question, I do believe in a higher power. But I also think that organized religions have become so overlaid with extraneous matter that their actual spiritual substance has become almost completely obscured. You know what I mean? Check this out. So I've been reading a lot of Eckhart Tolle lately. You ever heard of him?
Not really.
Doesn't matter. Anyways, he's a big believer in the power of now. And since I have a habit of getting in my own head, what I'm really trying to do is separate the process of thinking and awareness in an effort to transcend my ego-based self-consciousness.
Yeah, obvious. Super obvious. And how's that working out for you?
Not so good. I have trouble silencing my inner critic.
Tell me about it.
You do?
Yeah, my inner critic won't tell me to shut up right now.
What does he say?
To get out of this date as quickly as possible.
Are you making fun of me?
No, it was a joke. It was a bad joke.
You brought this up. I didn't want to talk about this.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
You know, it's a shame you're so close-minded to this stuff, because I think that a little meditation and, you know, self-reflection could actually help you, could help everyone, really.
Yeah, definitely. It could do that for me. And you. The people. The world.
It was all going okay, but now you don't know what to say. 'Cause you thought that you were being clever, but you came off just as dumb as ever.
You should just run for the door.
the plates of glass. If it's what made this moment last, would rather slide out with no parachutes.
Get caught soliciting a prostitute.
Better to bump into an ex.
Or crash your car into trees.
See your parents' eyes.
Or catch a mild STD.
Things that normally are paralyzing, compared to this they don't seem appetizing. But you're stuck in the agonizing love. The awkward, the awkward.
How about you could, oh dear God, please stop. You go first.
I just didn't understand what you were talking about, and I messed up. And I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry too. I didn't mean to be so standoffish. It's just, I do think it's a good thing trying to get to know yourself, but every time I talk about it, people look at me like I'm some sort of mental patient.
No, you're right. It's a good thing, which is why I don't look at you that way anymore. No more crazy looks for me.
Glad to hear it.
OMG. Did we totally have a first fight?
OMG, I think we totally just did.
And we just got through it without any cuts or bruises.
Barely like any internal bleeding.
Maybe there is a small smidgen of hope for us yet.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, since we're already in this terribly uncomfortable place, is there anything else I should know about you before we continue our date? Any weird fetishes, black sheep family members, diseases? I promise I'll be cool with it.
You know, now that you mention it, there is something that I should tell you.
Oh yeah? Lay it on.
I have a 4-year-old son, Blaze. Just kidding.
What the F? Why would you do that to me?
Come on, that was funny.
Yeah, super funny. Who knows this? You really got him there.
Lauren, what do you want?
I don't know, to help you get married, or at least after on the second date. I don't understand you, Case. Why do you have to be so...
Daring, bold, delightfully controversial.
I was gonna say harsh-guarded and slightly confrontational, but 6 of 1.
I can't help it, it's just who I am.
That's cute. You know what else you can't help? Your biological clock. If you listen real closely, do you hear what it's saying? Hurry the fuck up.
That's not fair, you know I've been trying.
No, you haven't. This is all a game to you. A sport. You're not looking for the one, you're just looking for new ways to amuse yourself at other people's expense.
Well, we can't all be like you now, can we? Meet the perfect man in college and settle down at 24 in Connecticut.
That's hurtful. You know we didn't get our first house in Westport until I was 28! Just do me a favor and work a little harder with this one. Kevin really likes him, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for you to date someone nice for once.
Fine.
I think I need another beer. Can I get another drink?
Oh no. Did my menace of an imaginary son force you to start drinking again? He has that effect on people.
He really does, because I was very close to driving my imaginary minivan into the Hudson River.
Well, listen, Aaron, it's okay. Nothing says we have to have children.
You don't want to have children?
No, I do, actually, someday.
Me too. I want to have a big family, just not yet. Come on, can't you picture a couple little Aarons running around giving goofy handshakes?
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, their little suits.
It's funny, my ex,
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, no, I don't what, Gabe?
Dude, we've been over this like 100 times. You don't bring up your ex on the first date.
Why not, Allison? She's part of my life.
And there's simply no way to exclude me from the conversation.
No, what? Aaron, get her out of your head. This is not the time to be thinking about Allison.
I guess he can't help himself, Gabe. I'm simply too wonderful. You've been working out, babe. All your hotness is making me weak. Love the haircut, I love the suit. You're a walking example of chic. You're the handsomest man in this restaurant, like a model right out of GQ. You are also the world's greatest lover. So rip off my clothes, spread my legs, have your way with me. Oh, how I crave your
Bullshit! Rip off my clothes, have your way with me? Aaron, this is not what Allison was saying, and you know it. Now be honest with yourself. What was she really saying to you?
You mean like in the bedroom? Oh, I guess it went more like this. Hey, Allison. Wanna have sex?
no can do. You know the rules. Once the retainer goes in, the vajayjay is off limits.
Exactly. Don't you see? Real Allison's not the way you choose to remember her. She's a frigid, emotionally manipulative wench who you need to remove permanently from your thoughts so you can finally move on.
Okay, fine. She's gone out of my head, no more Allison. Now, what am I supposed to do about my date?
Well, thankfully, you have your best friend here to help you through this. Now, Aaron, do I get ass? Yes. And I'm going to help you get some too. But you have to listen to your consigliere. Now remember, you talk about the ex, you can forget about the sex.
Got it.
Your ex always used to say to you what?
Oh, not much. Nothing at all. She was a mine. Can we talk about something else?
Absolutely. Let's refocus. So I know that men love to talk about work. So why don't you regale me with stories and delightful anecdotes about that?
No problemo. What would you like to know?
Well, what is it exactly that you do?
Corporate finance, investment banking, and I occasionally dabble in acquisitions and mergers.
Sounds riveting.
There you go.
Thanks. Okay, so it's not the most sexy or fascinating job in the world, but it pays the bills.
But does it feed your soul?
It feeds my sole purpose of making money.
So you're one of those. That's what it's all about for you, the cashola?
It is for now. What's it all about for you? I think Kevin said you work at an art gallery. Has that always been your lifelong ambition?
No, but it is a creative environment and it helps me work on my craft.
Which is?
Photography.
Oh, you're a photographer.
Yeah. No, kind of. I dabble. I own a camera.
What sorts of things do you do at the art gallery? Do you pick out all the pieces yourself?
Sometimes. Why?
Only because that whole Damien Hirst exhibit was pretty awesome.
Thanks. Wait, how did you know about that?
I may have done some online research before meeting you.
You Googled me?
Yes, I Googled you. I had to know at least a little bit of what I was getting into before meeting tonight. What are you doing?
Well, you Googled me, so I think it's only fair I Google you right back, don't you?
Fine, I mean, you can't read and trust everything you read on the internet.
Okay. Your high school production of Hello Dolly. You were Dolly?
It was an all-boys academy. Have you know, the school newspaper called it work, I'll be compelling.
I'm sure they do.
Can we call a truce?
Phones down.
Check in our holsters. Alright, so I suppose we both have things floating around on the web that we're not exactly proud of.
And there is no way to get rid of them. Trust me, I've tried.
You know, I know the internet's supposed to be a great way to connect people or whatever, but I think it's doing the opposite, especially when it comes to dating.
I agree. I mean, you can learn everything there is to know about a person before you even meet them. What's the fun in that?
Yeah, it's like you make all these unfair judgments without meeting someone face to face.
Or experiencing what it's like to interact with them.
Or hearing their voice.
Or maybe even, God forbid, touch them.
How's it going over here?
Go back! Great! Whatever.
Can I get you guys anything else?
You know what? I'm actually kind of starving right now. Do you want to get something to eat? I heard the food's supposed to be pretty good here.
Yeah, I could eat something.
Right this way.
Would you, please explain to me that hand move?
Dude, I can't believe it. She totally put her hands on you.
But that was nothing.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm trying not to make a big deal out of it.
Look at me, Casey. Do you want something meaningful or genuine like what I have with Kevin?
Yeah, sure. In theory.
We gotta take it slow. This landed inequality guy is a marathon. Not to sprint, to fuck county.
Well, whatever it is you're doing, keep it up, because you might actually have a chance with this one, and I know. I'm as shocked as you are.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Anything don't bring to mind?
No. Oh, but the char-grilled burger with Roquefort cheese and shoestring french fries sounds amazing.
It sure does if you're trying to make weight right before the big sumo wrestling competition. But not on a first date.
Why not? It shows him I'm confident in my body and I don't have any weird eating issues.
No, it shows him you have an unusually healthy appetite and that one day all this is gonna go away and you're gonna end up on the Biggest Loser, gee, why am I still single edition.
That's ridiculous. Guys don't think like that. I'm getting the burger. And what are you gonna get?
I was thinking maybe the chopped salad.
No, fuck you, you're not getting that.
Why not? What's the big deal?
Salads are for pussies, you're getting a burger there.
But I want a chopped salad.
Man, I want Megan Fox. You know how I'm not getting her? By ordering a sissy salad with my balls on the side on our very first date.
You're saying I'm not listening to you. I want the chopped salad. I'm getting the chopped salad.
Made any decisions?
I'll have the chopped salad.
Now I have a burger.
Right off.
What happened? I thought you were going to get the burger. You didn't just order a salad for my benefit, did you?
No. Why would I do that?
Well, it's just, you know, a lot of girls think they have to order a salad on the first date to show a guy that they care about their body or whatever, which I think is completely ridiculous.
You do?
Personally, I prefer she orders some meat and potatoes, really get in there. That's just my preference.
Are you trying to tell me you don't care how a girl looks?
Not really, no. I just rather she was happy.
For real?
Honestly, I mean it. At the end of the day, looks go. But if you still have things in common and can make each other laugh, that's what really matters.
You gotta be kidding me.
You're not really gonna fall for these bollocks, are you?
Hey, come on, guys. You have no right to get in the middle of this.
We have every right to be in the middle of this.
With your past.
And your future, love.
Okay, you guys filled a very specific need at a very specific time in my life. But that phase is over now, so you can just...
You only think it's over.
You like bad boys, Casey? Not this is who you are.
Why fight it? Never open up your door. Never shower you with rain. When you call and text my phone, I need your name. I can't hold down the job. I failed my GED. I'm angry that it's different. And babe, ooh, babe, that's why you love me. That's why you love me.
I took you out for fancy meals, but can't afford to pay the check. I'll pledge eternal love, thanks right after sex. I'll always say I'm booked, boots on usually free. I cancel the target birthday, and babe, ooh, babe, that's why you love me.
That's why you love me.
Aaron, have you ever been arrested?
What?
Done any jail time?
No jail time for me. I did visit Alcatraz once. Hey, fun fact.
What about drugs? SC, coke, methamphetamines? Ever have what someone might label a problem?
I did mushrooms once in college. Accidentally.
Random piercings, tattoos, I'll even settle for henna.
Sorry, Casey. I think I'm confused. Where are all these questions coming from?
Look, Aaron, I think you're a really nice, really put together guy. It's just, I'm usually attracted to bad boys.
And I guess that means you think that I'm
Not a bad boy, which is fine. You are who you are. It's just not normally what I go for.
Why are you saying this to him? I cannot believe you were saying this to him.
I can't help it. That's just how I feel.
okay. So maybe I'm not a bad boy in a traditional bad boy sense, but that doesn't mean I've never done anything bad before.
Have you?
Yeah, there's a lot of layers here. I'm willing to talk a lot. An hour, that's barely scraping the surface of who I really am.
Okay, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Why don't you give me an example of something that you've done?
Exactly. Right now, okay. Fine, something bad. Something bad. Done it. One night stand. This guy.
You have.
Yes, Casey, I have. Wait, can you define one night stand for me? Do you want to get that?
No, I'd much rather stay focused on this.
Because I've got no problem with you getting your phone.
Yeah, see, that's what this new invention called voicemail's for. Now, let me clarify.
Hey, it's Casey. You know what to do.
This is your bailout, give me your bailout. Honey, I'm calling to bail me now. And I'm getting your voicemail. What's the deal? I mean, really call me back because I'm hard. And I'm feeling the don't say no, pay your bill.
My definition of a one-night stand is you meet a random girl in a bar, have your way with her, and never speak to her again. Have you done this?
Not really, no.
Who was she?
She was my next door neighbor all growing up. It changed our relationship. In the back.
All right, Aaron, look, I appreciate the effort, but maybe before this date goes any further, we should just agree that this isn't a love connection.
But,
Look, I think you're a really nice guy, and I'm sure there's a girl out there who is absolutely perfect for you. It's just that, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I want to be your friend.
okay. Am I missing something here? Because I was under the impression that this date was going pretty well, but now the food hasn't even arrived yet, and she's about to put me smack dab in the middle of the friend zone. Do you understand what this means?
The friend zone is for platonic relationships only.
Here we
No
go.
groping.
The friend zone is for last minute party invites because the guy she really likes can't make it. No penetration.
How the hell did I end up back here again? I mean, sure, there were some things I could have done differently, but suddenly thrust me directly into
The friend zone is for emotional support,
Self-esteem boosting.
torturous mind games. No penetration.
Seems a little harsh. Am I always doomed to be that guy, that sweet, loving, dependable, ever faithful buddy? No, I'm not a man. I'm a puppy. I'm sorry, you really want to be my...
Friend. I really want to be your friend.
Okay, well, thank you, Casey, for that offer. That's definitely something to think about, because who doesn't want friends? Because friends, you know, are really the flowers in the garden of life. So why don't you plant that seed of friendship, and then... I'm sorry, can you excuse me for a second? I'm just gonna run to the bathroom and try to drown myself in a urinal.
So, how does it feel to be a relationship assassin?
Whatever, give it a rest.
I don't understand you, Case. You say you want something meaningful and genuine, but when you find a guy who can give you all of those things, you totally sabotage it.
I know, I have a problem.
Yeah, you do. What does your therapist say about this?
Blah, blah, blah. Fear of commitment. Blah, blah, blah. Makes bad choices. Blah, blah, blah. $200, please.
Could you be more specific?
Not really, because every time he talks, that's all I hear.
Talk to me. I'm your sister, Case, and even I don't understand.
Understand what, Lauren?
These walls you put up. I'm family, and even I can't begin to penetrate this hard exterior of yours.
Well, I do consider keeping you at arm's length my crowning achievement.
Joke all you want. We all know this broad. I was really just to keep you from getting hurt. And let's be honest, it was the same thing with your photography show.
It wasn't ready.
No, you weren't ready. You had these amazing photos in a gallery that was willing to put up anything you gave them, and at the last second, you backed out. And it's the same thing with every guy in your life. There's always some excuse or another lame reason why things don't work out. Over and over again.
I know that I have issues. I face them, I swear. Think I overcome them, but turn, they're still there. Wish that I was different. I like to let go. When I try to change, there's my past saying no. Maybe it's all 'cause of Dad, his new kids, his new wife. Or why not just blame Mom, who's been nuts my whole life? You felt so 5323?
Yeah.
No way! Come see me after the show, okay?
Oh, wow.
Alright, I'll join Act 2.
Hey, you're back.
Not for long. I think I'm just gonna head out.
But the food hasn't even gotten here yet.
Yeah, I know, friend. But
Okay, you're clearly a little mad at me right now.
no, I'm not mad at you, friend. I'm not mad, friends. Friend. I'm just in the process of adjusting to this newly formed friendship, and I'd rather do that alone. That's all, pal.
Okay, fine. Have it your way. Let's get the check.
Great. Find something we can agree on. We can only find a freaking waiter.
Hit the lights, Sandy. I've made my career as a waiter, and my job, well, it never gets old. I've seen romances bloom, wild affairs meet their doom, every night some new sight to behold. Yet I find as I wait on my tables and serve them their baskets of bread, I can't help but think, as they pick out a drink, of what I would order instead. I order love, delicious, well seasoned and rare. I order love, big enough portion to share. Bring me all of the heartache, a small side of woe, that flavor of longing that I want to know. I don't need a menu, just someone to care for my heart. If I were love, there's no better dish to start. I order love that's piping and steaming and hot. I order love so juicy it just hits the spot. Pow pow! I crave nights full of passion, all drizzled with lust. Breakfast in bed is an absolute must. Then bring on the marriage, but don't top it off with divorce. Yes, I order love, it's the very best second course. I'm tired of always observing, loving couples all dreamy and sweet. For years I've been patiently waiting, when's it gonna be my time to eat? This lack of attention's unnerving. I fear that I'm losing my grip. If Cupid keeps up with this substandard service, I'm screwing him out of his tip. He don't get no tip. These are my boys. I order love, appetizer, main course, and desserts. All change. Woo! I order love, even if it was peppered with words. 'Cause at least I can stay where have one chopped salad for the lady and one manly burger for the gentleman.
Thanks, but I don't think we're gonna.
Okay, Aaron, I think you're being a little overdramatic. The food's already here. We can still share one meal together.
Fine. One very quick meal.
Bon appetit.
So, now what do we talk about?
What do you mean?
Well, on your other blind dates, after you've destroyed their spirit, you will attract to them and then let them know in no uncertain terms that you really don't have no snowball's chance of hooking up with you. That, what else do you talk about? Communism?
Okay. The way I see it, you have two choices. You can either sit there and be angry guy all night, or you can turn that frown upside down and take advantage of this golden opportunity.
And what golden opportunity are we talking about exactly?
I'm sorry if my blunt honesty and obvious lack of tact have upset you, Aaron. But I know a lot of single, eligible, attractive young women, which is why, if you play your cards right, I could be your very own personal Match.com.
They have over 15 million members. That's a shit ton of single women, Aaron.
How do you know that?
I'm a student of statistics. And I'm also on Match.com.
So you know lots of single women.
Tons. The city is crawling with them.
Well, go on, I'm listening.
Okay, maybe I have been looking at this the wrong way. There's no history here. We've only just met. It's not you and me. It'll be me and
Countless others.
fine. I'm game. What do you have in mind?
Well, that depends. What's your type?
Oh, nothing too specific. 5'4" with a cream complexion, hazel eyes, get lost in for days.
Chestnut hair halfway down the back, slender figure with breasts that amaze,
Just the slightest hint of a dimple,
pouty lips with a lily white smile,
tiny birthmark below the right shoulder.
And a manic, depressive, demanding, emasculating, ball-busting beast from hell. Thought I told you to leave Allison out of this.
You're right. Moment of weakness. We'll have it again. You know what? I'm not picky. I trust you.
Okay, well, are you looking for a nice girl you can bring home to mom and dad? Or are you looking for somebody a little more challenging and rebellious, but who's definitely way more fun in the sack?
I think Dad will be thrilled with either at this point.
And what about mom?
Kind of hard to say.
Why? Were you her adorable little baby? And no girl will ever be good enough for her baby.
No, it's not that. It's
She just can't stand the thought of you leaving her forever. What is she, some overbearing helicopter mom who just
My mom's
can't...
dead, Casey. She passed away when I was in the 10th grade, and before that, she was so career obsessed I hardly ever saw her.
Well, I feel like a total jerk.
It's fine.
It's just, I guess, I assumed that you came from...
A perfect drama-free home. I've been picking up on that.
I'm sorry. How did she, I mean, do you mind talking about it?
Well, it's not really first date material. Well, since we're no longer on the first date, I guess it's right for discussion.
What happened?
Okay. She was born with a defect in one of the valves in her heart. Most people can live with it their whole lives, but she had a very stressful, really demanding job at a law firm, which probably definitely made things worse. So when she started to show symptoms, it was already pretty severe, and she had to go and get emergency surgery. but something went wrong during... Why am I telling you this?
Because I'm a good listener, and even if you think I haven't shown you this evening, the dark secret about me is that I am actually very sensitive. Did you ever get the chance to say goodbye?
Yeah, briefly. But it was before, you know, the surgery, and things were rushed, and we really didn't know what was going to happen. But here's the crazy part. A couple of days later, I was searching through my sock drawer, looking for a matching pair to wear to her funeral, when I found a letter she had written to me before she went to the hospital. I guess she thought there was a chance she would come back, and there were some things she wanted to tell me before she left.
What did the letter say?
It isn't easy to express what I feel inside. That shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Never been the perfect mom, but please know that I tried. I did the best I could, and that's the best that I could do. Now facing a future that's uncertain, I cannot say what lies ahead. I won't give up, I'll face my fears and fight my fears of uncried tears and tell you all the things I never said. Lonely hours spent at work, consumed with my career. I wouldn't blame you if you thought I didn't care. Graduations that I missed, all of the games I didn't cheat. I never told you then, but how I wanted to be there. As thoughts of the past run through my memory, the choices I made, the life I've led. On the sun, highest floor, it meant so much when you mean more. That's one of many things. So much in my life that I've forgotten. Like tucking my children into bed. The world was always spinning fast, and then in an instant years had passed, and here I sit with so much left unsaid. I've always lived a world apart, but through it all, you were my heart. That's one of many things, oh, so many things. I never said. I don't want to make the same mistakes my mom. I won't make the same mistakes.
But what about this whole get-up and all your hard work? Sounds like you're doing the exact same thing.
I don't care about any of that, or any of this. It's just a job that isn't me. I'm just trying to make as much money as I can now, so I won't have to miss out on things later. Wow, you're incredibly popular tonight.
No, not it.
Hey, it's Casey.
This is your bailout, Seriously, bitch, what's the deal? Because this is like my third unreturned phone call tonight, which has never happened before, like, ever. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but did we not agree the night we met doing karaoke and bonding over Love is a Battlefield that we could be best friends forever? Well, I am clearly certain BFFs pick up when the other one calls, right? What is going on here? One date, and you're already dumping me for him. Could it really be going that well? Or did he what? I don't know. Shove you in the back of his creepy white van and your phone is lying in the middle of the ditch somewhere? Wait a minute! You're not dead, are you? Are you? Well, it seems to me that we have two options here. Either A, you're having a wonderful time and purposely ignoring the real love of your life. Or B, you're totally dead and he's making a dress out of your skin at this very moment. Either way, you leave me with no other choice but to come to the restaurant we had definitively talked about going to together first. So just to wrap up, I hope you're alive. And I very much look forward to the scene I'm about to cause. Later, bitch.
Okay, can you stop staring at me like that with your mouth open? You're starting to make me feel like some kind of freak.
Sorry, it's just rarely somebody surprises me, and you totally just surprised me.
Mark, that my mom died? Trust me, that's nothing. Wait till you hear about my nudist Uncle Harry or my kleptomaniac cousin Carol. Now there's some stories. She saw a fire hydrant once.
I was surprised, Aaron, by how open and honest you just were. Most people put up walls and aren't like that.
I told you right in front. I was an open book. I wasn't lying. I just have it.
It's good. You want a bite?
Yeah. Do you want a bite of this?
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Do you want new saucies?
I'm game if you are.
Game on. I go with the pork.
Okay.
You steal this pickle beer here? Because that's how I do.
Okay. Crazy? Or am I actually kind of sort of starting to like this guy? Don't say it's because he played the dead mom card, because I don't think that's it. I mean, believe me, I am starting to puke in my mouth a little as I say this, but I think he has a good heart. Despite his obvious lack of bad boy standing, there is a definite charm and strangely attractive quality to him. Is it possible that I kind of, sort of, in a roundabout way, maybe might be into him?
So, tell me, I'm waiting. Anyone spring into mind?
Or what?
To set me up with?
Oh, that. Let me think. Oh, I have his friend Nina.
Nina. What's she like?
Actress. Little cray cray. Got in touch with the bipolar in her. But really very sweet.
Well, a little recommendation like that. What you got?
Okay. Well, there's Trish. Super cute. Super clingy. Girl finds a guy who just latches on like a perky little barnacle, but you know, if you're into that sort of thing, it goes.
I think I prefer my barnacles a little less clingy.
Well, oh, this could be good. How about, I have this new friend named Allison.
Allison.
Yeah, she just got out of a relationship, but she's ready to start dating again.
What was your last name?
What's her last name? Oh, Allison Weaver.
Thank God.
Why?
I just
You know her?
thought you were gonna say someone else.
Who?
Allison
Aaron, I want you to think very carefully before you do this.
Zuckerman.
Who is Allison Zuckerman?
Yeah, Aaron, who's Allison Zuckerman?
No one special, just someone who
Someone
was
who was your...
my fiance. Allison Zuckerman was my fiance.
What's the point of imagining me if you're not going to listen to a freaking word I said?
I didn't know you were engaged. Wait, is this the ex that was the mute? How close were you to being married?
I'd say pretty close.
Like, had you already sent out invitations?
Oh yeah. Wedding gift had been bought. Band had been hired. People had actually started taking their seats as memory serves.
She left you on your wedding day?
Worse, she left me standing there by myself underneath the hubbub.
Why would she do something like that?
I'm not exactly sure. But when I found her sprinting up in the parking lot, she did have one thing to say to me.
Which was?
I'm sorry, Aaron, but I just can't do this.
I just can't do this? Yo, what's this girl's address? 'Cause I'm
Come on. I'm sure she had her reasons.
Whatever her reason, you don't do that to somebody. How long has it been?
14 months, 2 weeks, 3 days, something like that.
Have you spoken to her since?
No. She decided it'd be best that there was no communication between us. At least that's what her mother told me when I showed up drunk to that Thanksgiving dinner, which was a riot.
You know, I hate this girl more and more as you talk about her.
There was a lot of pressure on the both of us.
Why are you defending her? Are you still in love with her?
No! I never really got any kind of closure. And maybe there was a small part of me that thought she'd change her mind and come back. And I guess that's why I haven't really dated or even gotten close to anyone since she left.
Are you telling me you haven't even kissed a girl since Allison?
That's a tricky question, but the short answer is no.
And the long answer?
Also no.
Okay. I want to try something. I want you to pretend that Allison is standing right here, right now.
Why?
Because we've got to get you past this. Now, this is something I've done in therapy over the years. I have had a lot of productive conversations with my dad over the years. Now, do you see her? Work with me, Aaron. Pretend she's standing right there, maybe looking exactly the way she did the last time you saw her. Do you see her now? Good. Now, I want you to tell her everything you've been waiting 14 months, 2 weeks, and 3 days to say to her. And don't hold back.
Hello, Allison.
Hi, Aaron. Is there something you'd like to say to me?
No.
Come on, you can do this.
Yeah, I suppose I do. I never knew what love was like alive again. Rejuvenated. Energized. Like a giant soul-sucking bitch weight just lifted from my chest.
See, I told you you could do it.
I've never been more proud of you in my entire life. It's like the pupils become the teacher.
So how's it going over here?
Great.
Really great.
You finished?
Yeah.
All right, can I get you anything else? Dessert, coffee? Another food-related production number? Yeah. Your loss. Okay, here you go. Check.
Thing I have over all your exes. So, please let me. Okay. I may be setting myself up for some hardcore rejection right now, but I'm feeling rather empowered, so fuck it. I don't want to go out with any of your friends, Casey. I want to go out with you. I think we have a pretty good rapport, and we both like want to leave. And you've helped me with my ex drama in such a short amount of time. Call me crazy, but I think your particular brand of creative and edgy could be good for me, and I think my particular brand of structure and stability could be good for you too. I know I may not be the kind of guy you're used to going out with, but clearly that hasn't worked out in the past. So maybe it's time to try someone new. Well, what do you say, Casey?
All right. Good try, buddy. But I think we have our answer. So let's wrap this thing up, because the night is young, and you know what that means. 4 words. Battlestar Galactica Season 3.
Tell you what. You have my number. Why don't you let me know if you would like to hang out? And if not, well, thank you for a very memorable evening.
Did I just see him walk out of here? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I just saw him walk out of here. Why did you let him walk out of here?
Is everything all right?
No. Not at all.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for my friend. Attractive, dressed kind of funky, wildly inconsiderate. She said she was meeting some random guy here for a drink at... Nice place, by the way.
Oh, you mean the blind date? You just missed that.
Did I? Oh, well that's great. Tell me something. Did she look like she was having the time of her life, or was she fighting for her life? Whichever you answer, I'm still pissed.
I don't exactly know what's going on here. He seemed like a perfectly nice guy, so why don't you just take a seat and try to relax?
That sounds like a great idea. I tend to get a little worked up sometimes. People tell me I have a very vivid and wild imagination.
Don't we all?
You do too?
Me? I mean, I'm always thinking of something, you know, some new recipe, a useless invention. I even write songs and a little love poetry on the side.
Really? Can I hear some?
bit dramatic. He's way too sweet, or maybe he's the one who'd make my life complete.
I'm Reggie.
I'm available.
Remember me? That girl that just let you walk out of that restaurant without saying anything?
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, well, here I am.
Are you lost? Did I leave something in the restaurant other than my dignity?
Actually, I was just thinking maybe you could walk me home. I mean, you don't have to if you want.
Yeah. No, I'd love to. You don't live in Hoboken, do you?
It's just around the corner.
In that case, you can never be too careful. Okay, now I'm ready.
I'm standing at the start of something that is new. I can't keep building walls despite what I've been through. Even may have found someone, the one I should be looking for. I'd be a jerk to run away, so I'll hold my breath and stay.
There's a person by my side. She's not who I had planned. Yet I feel a sudden urge to reach out, take her hand. And I yearn for letting go of all the baggage in my past. If I don't try, I'll never know just how far this thing might go. We can make it through tomorrow, or just end it all right here.
We could fall flat on our faces or fall more in love each year.
There's so little to be sure of.
Possibilities are vast. This could be one perfect moment.
Or maybe this is something that will last.
Well, here's my place.
Oh yeah, so it is. Excellent building, you know, with the structural engineering and
Quit stalling and tap that shit already.
columns and bricks.
Thank you. I designed it myself.
Okay, get ready for one quick kiss on the cheek, but that's it. The town is closed to the hall tonight. Got it? You are so not ready to take things to the next level with this girl. What you really need to do is continue waiting for me.
See the problem? We would have already been in your bedroom floor by now. Blah, blah, blah. More therapy.
Good night, Casey.
Dude, are you seriously walking away from this? You know who hates you right now? The entire male species.